In today's video, I will destroy this printer. Smash it to pieces! Well, naturally, destroying all this in such a way is very boring, too ordinary for me. I've destroyed everything like this many times in my life. So let's do something different today. We'll destroy it in a way where I won't even need this hammer or safety goggles. Nothing can pose a threat to me today, but the printer is doomed. The experiments we've prepared for it will be a total game changer. And in the first experiment, by the way, we'll have to dismantle it. In a harmless way, we're just gonna remove the cover. Where's the screwdriver? Well, come on, where is it? Where'd it go? So we dismantle the printer to gain access to the ink, which is actually here. And as the beginning of the video, I decided to start with a simple light experiment. I want to just mix up the inks. For comparison, we found a photo of fruits online. Initially, let's print it without changing the colors. Interestingly, you can see that the printer prints colors one after the other. First, it prints the blue color, and then it adds some red, resulting in purple. And then after another layer, it looks like this. Now, remember, initially, the picture looks like this. The chili pepper is red, the carrot is orange, the tomatoes are red, the apples and grapes green, cabbage green, each in its original color. But you know, what's gonna happen if we mix all of this? You know, honestly, I'm not even sure that the printer will actually print after I've changed everything, so, I forgot to insert the paper. Ta-da. So let's go. As we can see, the ink in the printer didn't change immediately. It started gradually. Apparently, there was some residue of the previous ink in the cartridge. That's why we have this sort of gradient from normal to, well, a kind of blue. And to give you an idea, before this experiment, the picture looked like this. Comparing these two pictures gives the feeling of an inverted color effect, you know, like a negative filter. So that's it. That's it for this experiment. Now, what's really interesting is how everything is inverted when I've switched the ink cartridges. The subscribe button, which is usually red, but here, it has actually printed out here in a shade closer to a bluish gray, which is a very interesting, unexpected color. And the like button, on the contrary, has a reddish hue. Although under the video, the like, when it's been hit, it should look blue. Well, now we move on to the next experiment, but first we need to, of course, return everything to its usual state. All right, now we can move on to the next experiment. Now, I'm sure everyone knows what happens when you mix yellow and blue. About 6 months ago, we conducted a similar experiment with a rose. We put a yellow rose into blue dye, and what do you think happened? The rose turned green. Now, I propose to conduct this same exact experiment, but with a piece of paper. I'll first color it yellow and then blue. I'm really curious, will the colors overlap or will they blend? Let's find out. What a greedy printer. Hooray! Yellow color, just as we planned. But now we'll insert the same piece of paper again. And what will happen? And what will happen? What will happen if we print blue here? Very interesting. What will happen now? Somehow I think it'll turn green. Yes! It's green! Well, of course, it's not as bright and good green as one might hope for, but as they say, if there's no green at all, Can you shut up already? As they say, if there's no green at all, then this green is green enough. I'm not really good with colors, but let's see what happens if we print red on this same piece of paper. It turned into a brown color. Or very dark gray. In short, the colors definitely mix. Based on this experiment, it's clear that the layers don't just overlap, they blend together. Based on this, I came up with another experiment. What if I take a selfie and print it? That's beautiful. But now it's going to be even better. Now, for the first time ever, you'll see Mamix diving into the printer. Damn, this is genius. This is genius. This is just my best selfie ever. Okay, here we go. Let's print another photo. This is amazing. This is just awesome. It's just a total meme. It looks like some kind of weird creature is about to jump out of me. Now, I proposed another experiment. In principle, there are many experiments with the printer today. And now I suggest, you know what to do? Let's print this piece of paper with my selfies. How many? 50 times. I really can't imagine what will happen to this drawing. And the most important thing I notice is that each time the paper is slightly damp. What will happen after 50 prints? Will this piece of paper survive at all? I'm so scared for myself today. It's very strange. Well, all right, I start to look like a fidget spinner, I think. I'm really curious at what point the paper will tear. Very curious, because it's getting wetter with each print. 6th print. Let's go. Right now, it's probably the 13th print. And you know, this piece of paper looks like some kind of rag now. It's completely lost its shape. And most importantly, looking at the edges, you can see how they're all crumpling. See? The paper is losing its form. It's clear that it's soaked through and through. But this is only the 13th print. Let's see what happens next. All right, the printer has had enough. It's not printing the paper anymore, just jamming it. And as you can see, it's trying to grab it, but it can't. This is all because the paper lost its shape due to being too wet. Look at that. That's it. Unfortunately, this experiment is over. While I was printing all of this, I got an idea. Every time I had to take a sheet and put it here, and then take it out from here, and then take it back here, it was inconvenient. So, I came up with a life hack that will make people's lives easier. What if we loop the paper? All right, let's take a long sheet like this one and insert it right here. But first, we're going to need to print one photo just to get the one sheet in. So far, everything is going as planned.
Well, it's not going as planned now, right?
It's not going as planned now. Apparently, it doesn't work as I imagined, but it's no big deal. I'm going to do it now. Now, I suggest inserting the sheet here right away, but before that, let's take some double-sided tape and stick it here on the edge. And then we insert it again. And then when it starts printing, at a certain moment, I'll stick them together. So let's see what happens. Here we go, very carefully. Okay, very carefully. It's a very exciting moment. Oh no, it's messed up. Okay. What's going to happen now? Okay, let's go. Seems like it's stuck. Now the third photo will come. Come on, come on, come on. No, it's not going. What happened? Ta-da! I think I broke the printer. Hey, come on, dude. I suppose I need to tear the sheet and get it out of there. But for now, I've noticed that essentially you could actually use this like a little bag. Convenient! Just a question, why move a broken printer? Okay, I'll go take it for repairs. It's stuck. All right, we got a new printer, and most importantly, there is no ink inside. The bottles are completely empty. And you know what? I suggest taking advantage of this and pouring something else in here instead of ink. Something that also has coloring properties. I decided to pour different drinks into the printer. Essentially, they also have coloring properties. And what will happen? Purely theoretically. I mean, can you even imagine that? I cannot. I suppose something should work out. Logically, it should. But I think there's no point in reasoning about it. Let's just test it. The opening here is a bit different, so I decided to use a syringe. Like this. Classic fountains of Coca-Cola. Turning on the printer. All right, intriguing moment. Start printing the photo. You know, I bet everything will just smear across the sheet of paper and nothing will print. I mean, I don't think it'll be anything because, after all, it's just liquid. Come on! Hey! It's not doing anything at all. I don't understand. Okay, something's happening. I'm starting to feel like it's not going to print anything here. Most likely, this will be the shortest and most pointless experiment because it seems like it won't print anything. Probably the drinks affected it very negatively, but it's just not printing. It's just being stupid. It just doesn't print. Oh, something's happening. Yes, here we go. What's gonna be there? What's gonna be there? Nothing. Looks like it's just slacking off. I don't know why, but let's try it again. There's absolutely nothing here, but you know, there's a feeling that this sheet is slightly damp, meaning you can see that it's somehow changed. I suggest taking it apart and seeing what's happening inside because it doesn't want to print anything. Now we're going to put the sheet in again. Now look, it's clearly visible that the ink goes into this cartridge. I mean, as you can see, everything is in place, but for some reason, nothing is happening. Now let's see what it will look like just like this. Nothing's happening, literally nothing. Let's at least touch it to see if there's anything wet there. It feels like there is. Ow, I have a feeling that my fingers are slightly sticky. The sheet itself looks like something has been printed on it, but it's lost its shape. But maybe in these drinks, there just isn't enough dye for the image to show up. I don't know where the ink goes. Apparently today, we won't be able to print anything using drinks. The idea was cool, dab burn it. You know, I was hoping that I could print the script text with Coca-Cola later, but apparently not. Okay, we need to throw away all of these drinks, both from the table and, well, from the printer itself. It all needs a good cleaning now. All right, I'm gonna conduct that very experiment that I'm sure nobody has ever done in their life under no circumstances. Nobody would try this. And most importantly, I'm 100% sure that nobody has ever even thought of this because it's so absurd. But basically, I'm going to replace regular paper with other canvases that I'll try to apply an image to. First, edible paper. Second, fabric. Third, of course, it's toilet paper. Well, just for fun, we decided to try printing on foil. But there's something even more ridiculous, and you know what? It's Lavash. Lavash in the printer. My goodness, has anyone ever done this? This is so stupid. I don't even know that something will work like this. In fact, I'm almost certain that nothing will. But I'm very curious. Maybe, somehow, something will get printed on one of these. Any of these items could break the printer. But for some reason, I think there's more chance it will work on this edible paper. I'm very interested to hear your opinion in the comments. Just tell me about it before you watch any further. The first thing that's different about the paper is that it has some, well, small dimples. And the other side, by the way, it doesn't. It's smoother. So I'll place it with the side that's less likely to ruin things. All right, shall we? This is very exciting. I'm genuinely incredibly curious. It's printing! It's printing! Well, okay, it's not such a big reason to rejoice yet because after all, it's still just paper. But look at this on edible paper. I can at least say that this gives some chance for further success because I never really thought you could print on something other than paper. Also, I'm very curious how it tastes actually. Well, the ink isn't particularly tasty. You can feel it. But you know, how harmless is this? Because for some reason, I'm starting to think that the edible paper isn't really edible anymore. But okay, woo, cool. I think Lavash will be significantly more edible. I suggest trying to print on toilet paper. At least it's paper. But for some reason, I feel like nothing will happen because when we tried to print on the sheet 50 times, it got wet. And because of that, the printer couldn't grab it. So there's a chance nothing will happen with this one. Here we go. It's chewing! It's chewing something. What can I say? We've got problems. The paper got stuck there. It's trying to push it, but it's not working. Looks like I'll have to disassemble it. So what do we have here? Ta-da! It chewed it right here. Well, I'm not sure we didn't break the printer. Hooray! At least, I'm glad that I didn't break the printer. It means we don't have to be afraid and we can print something else. Considering that anything soft just gets chewed up and doesn't go any further, logically, it would still be better to take the Lavash. Because it more or less fits in terms of structure and in terms of properties to paper. If it prints now, I'll be very surprised. I will just scream with laughter. Because before we decided to shoot this experiment, I was sure that it was somehow ridiculous. But there's still a chance. All right, let's go. The intrigue, drum roll. Come on already, faster. What are you doing? Ugh. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Should I have pressed it already?
Yes, yes. Yeah! It's printing on Lavash! What the heck? I can't believe it! I don't want to look at this. Oh, leave it. I don't want to watch this fully later. Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! Whew. How did it turn out? We printed out my photo on the Lavash. I didn't think it was possible. I was sure it was impossible. It worked. I'm so happy. Now what are we gonna do with this Lavash shawarma? Obviously, the image will be on the outside. Well, let's be honest, I'm not particularly good at making shawarma, but I definitely know how to print on Lavash. If someone had told me I'd be doing this, I never would have believed it in my life. Bon appetit to me. Brilliant. This is brilliant. It tastes good, huh? No different from any other shawarma, but let's not forget that we had a few more canvases on which we were supposed to print something, and of course we didn't forget about that. So let's see what we've got. It's printing. And it didn't finish printing. Okay, give it up! Something printed on the fabric, but it didn't print very well. It prints on the foil too. I messed up! What did you do, you fool? It ruined my drawing! Well, you stupid. I know it could have worked, We could have printed the only drawing in the world on foil! And what did you do? But you can see my eyes there. All right. Well, here's the second die. Give me. This is from that mosaic somewhere around there, probably. Well, listen, the printer is definitely a goner now. In the end, from everything, we got these kinds of images. Some turned out, some didn't, but most importantly, for the first time today, we ate shawarma with my picture on it. I'm definitely someday going to start some very unusual business. Okay, good luck to everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for hitting like because you saw the maximum of unusual stuff here. Subscribe to the channel and well, that's all. Goodbye, bye.